The setting is Washington. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Duncan Robinson out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Duren in at center. And for the Wizards, Trae Young is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's George. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Czar in at the 4 slot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
The tip-off goes to Detroit. And here's Cunningham. Thompson surveying the floor. Pass to Harris. Cunningham outside. 4 on the shot clock. Over Young. Offensive rebound. Duren lays it up and banks it in.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Now here is Davis. Here's Koulibaly. Stolen by Robinson. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Young against Cunningham. Now, here is Young. Shoots from the elbow. And so the first quarter is in the books. Pistons lead by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington.
4.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that
end. Here's Carrington. On the court for the Pistons, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. LeVert out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at the center, locking down the middle. Davis inside. Duren's on him. Bucket is good. Davis has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Wizards.
And with that comfort that AD feels from the mid-range, he's going to feast from there.
LeVert with it. Picked up by Bagley. A nice shot by LeVert.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Davis looking for an opening. "11 seconds left to play in the first half. 4 on the clock. Great defense that time from Duren.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Pistons on top. They're up by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. Scoring-wise, they broke even in the second, so little ground was lost there. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq's suit.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
At this point, you feel like they have to attack inside, make the offense more dynamic. Looks like they're not even trying to make things happen in the paint. If you ask me, they're leaving food on the table down there.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 4-point game. We've got George. Young is out there with Koulibaly. Then it's Sar, and it's Davis in at the 5, down low. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Robinson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Jenkins checked in.
The lineup for the Pistons. Jenkins.
Thompson against George. And there's Jenkins. That's good on the assist by Thompson. Jenkins got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons. And so it's Young who brings it up for Washington. On the wing, Koulibaly took the opportunity when he saw it. Koulibaly has got his first bucket in this one.
Good recognition there from Trey. It's part of his role. He's got to find open guys.
Harris with it. With 2 seconds left, he squares up and sinks it. Harris has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Pistons.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
And so is Detroit, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the court for the Pistons, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Holland is out there with the Sar Thompson. And it's Stewart in at the center position. Yep, it counts.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Washington calls timeout. They're down by 9. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Your Wizards dancer.
Cunningham against Young. Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Going to have to do more to shut down Bagley.
Now the Pistons with it. And here's Cunningham. Pass to Holland. Cunningham looking it over. And they pick up 2.
And that's some force coming from your 6'7", 6'8" point guard. That's tough to stop.
On its way from Young for 2. Yep, right through the net. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Cunningham outside. And so the Pistons take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
We'd like to thank you